You have to do your normal open,
Yeah.
and then you do this stuff.
Yeah. All right, welcome. Members of the public are welcome. In accordance with provisions of MGL Chapter 30A, Section 20, notice was hereby given that the Zoning Board of Appeals will be meeting tonight at 7. We are meeting earlier at 6:30, hopefully be able to go into executive session. And so everybody else can meet online or whatever if need be. Thank you. Have a good night. Now, I request a motion that the Zoning Board of Appeals enter, oh wait, do I have to make a motion to
No.
open? Or do
You're
we just
requesting a
open?
motion, I'll make the motion.
Okay.
So request a motion.
Yeah, but about opening the meeting?
Say again?
Do I have to do
Open the
anything else to?
meeting?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, I make a motion that we open the meeting.
All in favor?
Aye.
Roll call.
Roll call.
Joe Sebastiano, aye.
David Axberg, aye.
Tim Martin, aye.
Chris Metcalf, aye.
That's good.
You don't need us for
All
that.
right. I request a motion that the Zoning Board of Appeals enter into an executive session under Mass General Law 30A, Section 21A, exemption number 3, to discuss strategy with respect to a litigation regarding 115 Park Street, and that the following persons also be invited into the executive session: Rich McCarthy, Town Planner; Anthony Riley, Esquire of Harrington Heap; and Elaine Strug, Administrative Assistant. Further, that at the conclusion of the executive session, the board will reconvene into open meeting for the purpose of continuing the business of the meeting.
All right, so I'll make the motion, Joe Sebastiano, to enter into executive session under exemption number 3 to discuss the strategy with respect to litigation regarding 115 Park Street.
I'll second that motion.
All in favor? Roll call.
Joe Sebastiano, aye.
David Axberg, aye.
Tim Martin, aye.
Chris Metcalf, aye.
Josephine Kordahi, aye.
Okay. I declare that an open meeting would have a detrimental effect on the bargaining position of the public body, so we'll now take a roll call vote.
I understand. And this is going to be, thereto that a public hearing will be held by the Zoning Board of Appeals in room 124 of the at the Norfolk Municipal Building on Wednesday, May 21st, 2025, for the following application. Kevin Baker at 7:01 PM for a special permit pursuant to Massachusetts General Laws, Chapter 40A, Section 9, and Norfolk zoning bylaws 310-6.42, alteration of existing non-conforming structure. Property is located 23 Priscilla Avenue, Assessors Map 4, Block 14, Lot 49, in the R2 zoning district.
Thank you. Welcome. State your name and your address and why you're here.
Name Kevin Baker, address 23 Priscilla Ave. I'm here to obtain a special permit.
Okay, thank you.
There's a plan up there for us.
We have a
okay.
plan up there. You want to
Want to walk us through that, Kevin?
Yes.
just take a quick walk? You want to blow up the deck area, can you? Eileen?
Sure, go ahead.
Yeah, flip it.
Elaine's going to share it. Hold on.
Okay.
All right.
So while we're doing this, how long have you been there?
I've lived there for 9 years.
9 years? Okay, good.
My wife's been there for 35.
Oh, wow, okay.
Is that all of her life, or?
Yep.
Not yet.
I guess we might say she's from here. Might be sufficient time.
We have to do anything for the...
So
Okay,
the
so that
garage
back
is
deck's
not
on the
part of
setback.
this.
It's just a deck.
It's just the deck?
Yeah.
Deck, yeah. The garage, we'll get into that. The garage is a future.
Okay.
Yes.
Correct, yeah.
Yeah.
This part will be in a couple of years. So what we're talking about today is just the deck extension. And also the covered porch is part of
It's
the,
a special permit,
Special permit.
expansion to a non-conforming structure.
It's a 12-foot setback on the top there.
Yep.
If you just use, no, Mike? We don't have a mic?
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just for people at home to hear when you're just talking about it. So, thank you.
Are you removing the existing steps and just kind of relocating them to a more convenient location, or is this a second set of steps?
second set of steps, yeah. So this set up here exists. This is just the wall where that black line is.
Okay.
And so we're adding a second step and increasing it parallel to the house by 6 feet.
Okay.
So Kevin, are you, it's hard for me to see because of the glare, but are you expanding the deck also or just adding the staircase?
It's going to be expanded 6 feet
Okay.
to the
Great.
right.
The red line there. Okay.
Correct. Yep.
And then the covered porch, is that part of this project too?
Yes. Yes. So there's a window at the corner of the house. We're going to change the window into a door, and then it'll just be it's covered, but it's a pergola, so it's not going to be attached to the house, and it'll just be wood decking. It's 11 by 6. So it's really just to cover the empty triangle that's just a garden bed right now.
And the piece on the front you need,
The only thing they need relief for is
I don't,
that
I
back
think
setback.
I think the only thing they need relief for is the back deck.
No relief
so there was no relief needed for that?
No, that's
No,
fine.
there's none.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, from what I can
And-
see, it's...
And what is the need of the deck being added that way?
So we wanted to add the steps because we're doing garden beds on this side of the property. And so we wanted easier access to get over there from the back door. And then the extension is just to add more seating, essentially.
Okay, and what's behind the house?
So there's
back?
nothing really. There's, past the edge of the property line is another maybe 15 feet of grass, and then there's wood. It's just woods back there.
And is there a neighbor, or is it conservation, or?
It's our neighbor owns it, so it's 2 houses down. Mr. and Mrs. Norton, they own that. And so I think I don't know how many acres it is, but it's a lot of land back there. I can't see the houses behind.
Yeah, I know where you
Where
are.
it is.
Okay.
So realistically, you're making it more non-conforming by 0.2 of an inch.
Right.
Yeah, that back corner is slightly
Well,
more non-conforming.
0.2 feet.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole,
It's more non-conforming because he's adding 60 feet, more than 60 feet of structure to the,
correct,
he's.
correct. He's encroaching
Not
more,
like he's 25
correct,
feet and we're at, he's at 12.
correct.
Do we have any pictures, any street views or anything of this?
Do we have any neighbors?
Do we have any neighbors
Do
here?
we have any neighbors here? Anybody?
I can,
Anybody on the Zoom?
Anyone on Zoom?
No, doesn't look like it.
just have to,
So the only increase in the nonconformity to the rear setback is just because of the angle of the existing lot to square it off.
I'll switch again.
And the existing lot doesn't even conform to zoning. I mean, in reality.
No.
So,
I just,
I could
I don't see it being.
show you a second.
I see the same thing you're saying.
yeah.
It's only, like you say, a couple tenths.
Yeah. But in reality, I mean, Mike has a point. It's 60 square feet of, plus the stairs that are
Behind you.
going into that non-conforming.
100 feet. It's
Yeah.
100 square feet.
Nothing behind.
Oh, yeah, that's what I want to see.
Whoa, heavy impact.
Yeah.
Building
Yeah,
setback.
there's nothing back there.
So
Yeah.
the steps aren't in the, they could, so it's not all of it, but 98% of it, right?
Yeah.
This makes sense about the stairs. You've got a fence there.
Right.
Dig it.
So this is the dogs area, and this will be the garden area.
I get it.
Okay, good.
Makes total sense.
Yeah. I mean, honestly,
I do,
I don't see a,
I'm just looking for clarification again, because while he's increasing the structure,
yep.
the nonconformity, even though it's like 0.2 of a foot, right?
Right.
That doesn't transition it away from a special permit to a variant, even though it's.
That was that was
the old.
That was the old.
That was the old one, and now we have this version, and then we've asked for some limitations on this version, but we haven't
Right.
gotten those yet. That's where we are in the hopper.
So this is only a special permit.
Yeah, this is
Right.
special permit.
Yeah, essentially, this version is, mine is a hardship.
Does anybody else have any questions for the gentleman?
Thank you.
Well, thank you very much for
Thank you.
coming.
Thank you.
And you'll know probably tomorrow what we decided.
Okay,
Yeah.
great.
Right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, have a good night.
Appreciate it.
The plan, since it shows a garage on it, could we make sure that any decision we make
Yeah, we're
is
not
clear that
approving it.
it's...
We're not
Yeah, it
approving.
won't include the garage.
Just overlay a sheet of paper over it, so it's just white out.
I think actually, doesn't
We want, I mean, he's got
You know what I mean?
he's got, a plan, we just want to make sure that
Yeah,
our
good point.
approval is narrowed, not, because we typically approve the plan, and so I just want to make sure that we have an exclusion. Not because we have any issue with your garage at this moment, but just because we only talked about the deck.
Is that one in there?
Two-seater road. Anybody here for two-seater road? Okay.
All right, hold on.
We're gonna read in a motion
Yep.
to hear you.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to move forward, Rich, with opening the hearing for a two-seater?
No, you close this
First,
out.
you gotta close
Yeah, let's
this one.
close out
Okay, all right.
23 Priscilla Ave.
So I'll make a motion, we close the hearing for 23 Priscilla Avenue.
And I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 You good, Rich?
Yes.
Okay. Notice hereby given in accordance with Chapter 48 of Massachusetts General Laws and any all amendments thereto, that a public hearing will be held by the Zoning Board of Appeals on Wednesday, May 21st, 2025, at 7:03 PM in Room 124 at the Norfolk Town Hall, 1 Liberty Lane, Norfolk, Mass. The applicants Jessica Allen Lenziak and Michael Lenziak request special permits to alter a non-conforming structure to a greater extent than the original structure by having a 44.1 foot front yard setback for a corner lot instead of a 50-foot front yard setback, to allow 23-foot rear setback instead of 25 8-foot rear setback for additional living space and a 13-foot rear setback instead of 25-foot rear setback for a proposed deck. In accordance with following Massachusetts General Laws, Chapter 40A, Section 9 as amended, Norfolk zoning bylaws, Section 310-6.4A2, non-conforming structures of the Norfolk zoning bylaws. The property is located at 2 Cedar Road, Assessors Map 12, Block 62, Lots 57, in the R3 zoning district.
So,
So it's open.
just orient, so this is the, I'll go back to vertical so
So
you can see
we're dealing with the proposed addition and the proposed deck.
it. Yeah,
Okay.
yes, in this case. Deck and addition,
Yes, correct.
Which one is it, Rich?
this one right here.
That one, yeah.
On the corner?
Yep.
Corner lot,
Okay.
that's it.
And where does the addition want to go?
The addition will be basically taking the place of the deck, and then a new deck will be built onto the back of the new addition.
Your plans?
Yes.
Yeah, we do. We could switch. We'll switch the,
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry, I interrupted her because I showed her something. Sorry, Elaine.
Can we make sure we all agree on the lot lines real quick? We got front, we're calling this a side and a rear.
yeah.
Okay, dig it.
Well,
Yeah, I'm gonna
you're
pull the
correct.
plug and you're gonna show it.
Just want to make sure we're all going to be talking about the same.
Cedar Street's short frontage, I'm surprised.
Yeah.
Usually it's a long frontage to the rear.
So there it is.
Okie dokie, artichoke. And that's the same footprint as the existing deck on the proposed addition?
Thank you. I believe the proposed addition, is this on?
Yep.
Yeah,
Got it.
it doesn't project, it really, it like tricks you. It's for
does.
our tens of viewers on the YouTube.
I believe the proposed addition is slightly bigger than the deck. And it's in it's shifted over slightly as well, so it's not in exactly the same spot as the deck either. And that is due to the septic
Okay,
to meet those requirements.
that is fair. That, okay, and do we have any elevations or anything? Kind of
It's all
addition
empty.
are we looking at?
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
What-
One
What's the
story,
new,
two
Do we have a
story?
Oh,
plan?
it's, sorry,
Yeah.
it's a single-story addition. Yeah.
I think you're
Can
talking.
I see a picture of it?
The way I was reading it, it wasn't reading very well.
Yeah, I think there's two.
We'll show you the plans in a
There's deck
second.
And
Okay.
and an addition.
3 different places we're talking about.
Well, we have side yard, which would really
That's
be the
main
front yard,
house.
which is 44 feet to the corner, and the rear setback is only 13 instead of 15.
Oh, all right.
So we got a couple of them.
Is that like a little kitchen bump out or something along those lines?
Yeah, this is gonna become, I think that's the basement. Yeah.
So.
And so this is gonna be a dining area, the bathroom, and stairs into the
Right.
basement. There's gonna be a closet, off of the dining area.
Yeah, all right, I can dig it.
I thought it was 15.
It's 25.
Now, your property goes all the way back through to Chestnut
What's
Road?
that?
Went
It
back to
does,
25.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's 25?
Yeah.
Okay.
Plenty of depth, just not width on the curse of the corner. I have a corner lot too, I can appreciate that. I
Yeah.
have a deck that's in a disturbing location.
But that, can you go back to the lot?
Sure.
I guess we need a clear confirmation. What's the existing structure and what are the additions?
So first I want to determine the front and rear and side.
Okay.
I just want, because you guys are looking at it in the book, right?
It's looking at the same thing that was up there, but we're just looking at,
We're just looking at it.
Are we?
Do you have a, on any of the plans, is there a dimensional
You're
table?
considering this the front because it's addressed on this, but how does the zoning read? Doesn't it say the longest?
No, you're stuck with two front yards.
You have two front yards, it's a corner
More
lot.
That was
restrictive.
my
But what's the
understanding.
rear?
The
Rear
rear,
is like 30.
No,
yeah,
which one's the rear? If you got,
Yeah, that's what I want. You have to
rear-
tell me the rear versus the side.
So the rear.
he's asking from a zoning standpoint, what's
Rear,
the
but
rear?
that's-
So are these merged and also yours?
No.
Okay, so his rear is this one, and this is gonna be the side. He gets the choice of which is more favorable, so this is gonna be the side yard setback, and this is gonna be the rear, generally speaking, unless he's being permitted under a more restrictive standard, and the side is being called this one, and this is being a rear. But if-
Why does he get a choice?
Usually it's
What,
written.
doesn't it say right in the zoning?
Usually
What's-
it's written in a way that's not intended to be exceedingly punitive, because a corner lot of itself could be a justification for a variance on
also-
certain occasions.
We also own this,
All the way back.
yeah, this lot right there.
Oh, so that little one you own?
Yeah. yes.
Okay,
That's part of the law.
so you actually have more depth.
Is that
back
part of
there.
the same lot, or is that in a different name, though? Do you know?
It's under our name as well.
Yeah, as soon as they,
We do pay a separate bill for it, but it's under our name.
that should be merged.
Well, you got the new merger law, too, so I don't want to get into
But that
that.
should have been merged before.
But there's a new law on
Right.
that, right?
So they're gonna,
The
About breaking
15,000
it back apart.
Correct.
Right.
So they may
okay,
want to
so
keep it
just
separate,
a
but
quick update on that point. So if they get this approval, they're gonna merge that with, to create one lot.
The effect of the decision will bind it together, because that's gonna ultimately be part of the setback.
Yeah,
It will.
I don't think that's a choice. I don't think you can have two lots in the same name that don't automatically merge within.
Yeah, but we want to actually merge them on
You're
record.
gonna put
so
an
that-
A and R together and put them,
Well, they could do
Well,
a
no,
perimeter plan.
it's currently two lots.
Yeah.
By doing
already
this,
done
yeah, by doing this, it's currently two separate lots. By permitting this decision, it
big's the
merges the
back
lots
piece?
because it.
doesn't, I guess,
Michael, do you know how big I'll call it the lot, the back lot is? Do you know how big that square footage was?
I believe it's 40 by 100.
40 by 200.
That's not gonna be buildable.
40 by 100. So
it's 40 by 100.
Yeah.
yeah, it's not even buildable for an affordable. Yeah, unaffordable, you
The
can't
proposal
put
we
that.
have here, that rear lot that is yours, shows as it being merged, but,
It's,
Okay, that might be from the surveyor.
yeah.
So we're taking that plan, if they give them prove this, they're gonna take that plan and record, and then the assessor's gonna merge it into one.
Yeah, they
Right now, it
can
gets two
sandwich
separate
together.
tax bills.
should.
And if he borrows any of the depth from the new lot as part of this decision, yeah, that's a good move, dude. Not for nothing.
Sounds good to me.
It doesn't really help him make it not,
No, but it
less
helps his
non-conforming.
personal
Right.
tax bill.
It does help his personal tax bill, but it
And,
doesn't help.
You know, we can look out for that.
It doesn't
too.
help it doesn't help, the thing I mean, I thought that the rear lot setback was 15, it's 25, I was wrong. And I'm trying to think of why this is a hardship for you and why, I don't understand, I'm not following, you have a weird lot. There's no ands, if, ors, buts about that.
Yeah.
But you're making a non-conforming house more non-conforming by adding an addition and a second deck. And
And the first deck's already,
doesn't have to show hardship.
I understand,
the first deck's already,
I mean, I think
That'll
his
be
hardship is
gone,
probably that his house has, I don't know what your issue is with the internal operation of your house, but whatever it is probably more related to how his internal house operates, which isn't one of a hardship things for
No,
us,
I
but
agree.
Yeah.
tends to be one of the reasons why we're like, you know, go ahead and live.
right.
That's why you're not doing it, it's not a variance test anymore. you know?
Basically,
We have to have
not a
a,
hardship.
not a hardship, but not detrimental to the rest of the neighborhood.
Do we have any neighbors on this one?
Any neighbors here?
We have,
No,
Here,
the
probably.
meeting.
I'm just the contractor.
this is our building.
Oh, is anybody on,
Glad you
Hello.
could make it, come again.
anybody on Zoom? There's nobody on Zoom either.
Yeah, I know, me too.
yeah, I mean,
This one's tough. I understand the two front yards. I have two front yards because I'm on a corner. And it's a pain in the neck to, I mean, my house is 16 feet off of the road, so on the one side. On the other side, I've got, 47 feet. But I'm sitting here going, I can't even use that whole lot for anything from my house, and my house is non-conforming for the most part the whole time. Now, I have enough acreage that I could blow back and not really have any issues, but I'd still have to come before, I believe, because I'm a non-conforming.
Non-conforming use.
But what
Use
direction
already.
could he expand in
I don't
that
think he-
wouldn't be non?
Well,
I don't think he's got a
he-
choice.
Well,
my-
the side yard, I mean, if he moved the proposed addition behind the house more instead of at the deck,
Yeah.
So-
right now, his new,
Behind, where do you mean behind? Like here or like kitty corner, caddy
so
corner? You
side
got
side yard is a 15-foot setback.
Yeah, all right,
So if he moves that 15
Size-
feet,
Size 25, too.
25.
side is 25 too?
Yes.
Where am I getting 15 in my?
I don't know.
All right, sorry, never mind.
That's okay. We tried to choose the best spot that
I'm
encroached
just-
the least on the setbacks.
Right.
So if this was
Because
not a
front, he
corner
needs
lot,
50, right?
If this was
this was
not
not a corner
Yeah,
lot,
so
how does this fit?
He can't come over
it
here
still
really
doesn't
without
fit
having a
right,
problem.
without a
So-
corner lot.
So it still
Well, I
doesn't.
mean, he could, if it wasn't a corner lot, he could realistically go toward the garage
What?
and move it back down
Yeah,
toward
but
the
instead
house.
he's got 50 and 50, so
Exactly.
he's constrained over here. This side has the most room in terms of setback, and then, I mean, he's got a little weird depth over here, but
wasn't
he's
a
still
corner-
gonna get caught on this corner.
Still not conforming, 'cause
So I
it's
don't-
less than 50
He
feet.
doesn't really,
Right.
he doesn't have another spot that makes,
It's still
Yeah.
non-conforming, not because it's a corner. It's still non-conforming,
Right.
period.
It's just not conforming. It's a
Right.
double non-conforming in terms of you got 2 front yard
Yeah.
setbacks and.
I mean, the house that's in existence is non-conforming all over the place.
I mean, this is why, this is the
So-
purpose of the bylaw, to come in on a case-by-case basis and have
I'll
it
make the case
reviews
for
as
this
to
in the-
whether or not this
this homework.
significantly derogates from the intent of the bylaw. I don't think.
Exactly. This is exactly, he's exactly in the neighborhood of where we talked about in the lots that were permanent, platted out years ago that are
I
non-conforming.
mean, I don't have an issue with him making upgrades to his structure that allow him to modernize the floor plan in a way that fits for how he and his folks use it. I don't see any neighbors who are upset. I
He
don't.
didn't say this, but his wife was in earlier. What do you have, 3 little ones?
We have 3 kids, yeah.
Little ones.
All right, so that's not part of our analysis here, but I mean, we could just be like tyrants and be like, oh, you got kids, like, no, thank you. But I think like the functionality of the structure is to the people who live in it, and if it doesn't bother anybody, I don't think this is a huge ask here. We're talking about 29.3 feet. That's really not that close. They have an uncovered deck right there right now where they can go be hooligans and light off Roman candles all night should they choose. That would be fun, but I don't know what they do for fun. But they could disturb people. I don't think this is any worse.
It is. I mean, they've added a whole deck and everything else off of what the deck is.
This does not meet the original setback. Now you're gonna take and put an additional deck completely into the setback.
None of the house meets the setback either, but nobody died. Really, guys? 30 feet.
We're gonna have to-
Nobody is mad.
We're gonna have to.
I think you have to look at what the,
We have to look at.
you have to look at what the statute requires us to find. It goes to character of the neighborhood and detrimental, and if you find that, so be it, but I don't see the
In that
detrimental.
neighborhood, I don't think it's detrimental.
No, they've
in
got
that
all kinds of
neighborhood, not at all.
nonconformities up on this street.
I mean,
I mean, there's nothing
to me,
conforming
it's
on
like a
that,
nice
in
single-family
that
house with a
neighborhood.
nice
so.
addition in today's lifestyle, and no one's here
Doesn't look
objecting
like
to it.
I don't think he's hurting anybody.
You already got it, like, to
And what
Courtney's
he
point,
saves
you already
from the
got a
double
deck.
tax bill, he's gonna pay back in the building permit and the increased value, so this is a win, y'all.
This lot here is also just woods.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that
one
one,
lives
that
there.
lot there could never be built on either, as far
Correct.
as I can, because it's
Yeah.
only a 40 by 100 also.
No.
And then the town of Norfolk owns the other one.
So I feel like this is pretty low impact. I don't think we need to,
Let's,
ruin
I just
these
like-
people's day.
I would like to just get confirmation then on how many setback changes are we talking about here? Oh, it's two or three?
Two, I think.
They're short here and they're short here.
Right.
Yeah, but they're also
Right,
short in the
right.
front.
Right, but we have, the original nonconformity is at 44.
We don't, oh, yeah.
It's only the front and the
Yeah,
back.
this is a front.
Front and the rear.
Yep,
Right.
front and the rear are the
So where is it currently 44.1?
It's not.
All right.
Right now, it's 47.8.
Because 3
And we're
feet.
going to 41 point, and we're going to 44.1.
Is,
Correct.
So it's
okay,
3
is that
feet.
what, that,
The existing house is 47.8.
Did they put a dimensional table on this baddie?
On the plan,
Yeah.
we'll switch, can you blow it out? Is there?
Yeah, have them, if they're not doing it, crack the whip on that, makes it much easier. Do a table.
They have the setback.
But if you can show me, Courtney, you're there, right?
Yeah.
Could you just show me again, the 44.1, 44.1 will be the final?
Yeah,
yes. To the
yeah, that's
corner.
this point to the nearest point on the
Right, right,
lot
and where-
line.
and-
So a direct line would be probably a little bit longer, but
And
you
where's the
always put it on
40,
the angle.
what's the original, what's, that's,
The
47.
original right here is 47
all right.
in this corner. So this corner is moving 3 feet
And then
closer.
in the back, we're going to 13, where,
Uh,
where before it was what?
Yeah, this is, so right here, what's your existing dimension between the deck?
23.
23.
Roughly 23,
So
yeah.
Yeah, so the existing
Right.
deck right now, and so
Right.
the edge of the new deck is gonna be 10 feet.
Right, so in the end, we're just trying to agree if we can approve this.
Yep.
The key though is like when we talk about are we setting any precedents with this now?
In this neighborhood, no, and each one's a case by case.
The president
So there's no
got voted out.
precedent. There's no precedent.
Okay,
There's no
Evaluate
precedent.
on the merits of this case.
Yep.
okay.
And it's
In
not a variance.
accordance with our site,
Right.
in accordance with our.
Anybody else have anything to add to this?
I do have-
Anybody else have any other questions?
So just make an edit. It's
You want to make a motion to close
Decision.
close this and
13. so.
You'll have to talk.
And we can
Okay,
talk
okay, all right.
afterwards.
All
We
right.
can-
So is there anybody else want to add anything to this hearing? Any information? We have it all, okay.
Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay.
All right, I'll make a motion that we close the hearing for, was it Cedar?
Two-seater.
Two-seater, yes, for a two-seater road.
I'll second that.
Thank you.
all in favor, say aye.
Aye. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good
Appreciate
night,
it.
thank you.
You too.
We'll deliver it and let you know. Rich will let you know. We won't. They.
She'll let you know. Thank you.
So, before you get to Turner, just do a quick, you got the email for the continuance?
Yes,
Yes.
so I can make a motion.
Yep, you can make a motion for the continuance.
And then we're going to move to what time? Same thing like 7:05 a month from now?
What time is?
705 is Park Street,
Okay.
going to continue, right?
What time is,
And then 710 is 33 Turner.
no, in June, when is?
For June 18th,
June
Top
18th.
River.
can I just say 7:05?
Hey, you don't want to do June 18th. He just said that the court date was June 23rd. So if we're going to continue it, why don't we just
Oh, you said- I was
continue
just
it
thinking
for
30
2
days.
months?
Right.
Right? Rather than keep,
continue it to a
rather
date
than keep
uncertain?
having to.
Continue to the 18th, you can always, if he has something to report back, we could always continue it again.
I think you only
Except-
requested.
Could we just continue to a date
you know what I'm
uncertain? Leave it open, and then when they're ready, we'll come, we'll
Yep.
put it back on
All
there?
right, sorry.
All right.
You made a good point, I'm just saying, I'm already caught in a
Keep doing
quagmire.
Yeah, I don't either. I'd rather see it when it's ripe.
Quagmire.
Fine.
Well, I'm saying, and I'm just making sure.
Quagmire is a great word, though.
Are you okay with me going to June? It's
a good nickname.
June 18th, though?
Yes.
We'll move it to June 18th, even though there was a court date, I understand.
We're thinking maybe,
18th is fine.
we should continue to a date uncertain, and then we don't have to name our date, and we can wait for council to be ready to talk to
But my
us.
question to Rich is, can we do that? He says no?
I don't know about that, I mean,
I don't know.
you can't be doing date uncertain.
I mean, it's not completely
do it.
uncertain, but
Let's do it like-
We wasted more
within
time.
90
Just do it.
days.
We can always
do it.
continue it again.
Yeah, just do it.
Do it.
Just do it to the 18th.
Yeah.
All right, so I'll make a motion that we move the hearing for tonight for 115 Park Street to June 18th at 7:05 PM.
I'll second that.
All in favor, say aye.
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 All right,
Cool.
all right.
All right, excellent. Now
You
go
can be
Turner.
excused.
Turner.
33 Turner Street. They're present. Thank you.
Hey, how are you?
Hi, good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening. You want to make a motion? We're already open.
It's already open.
It's already open. We're good.
How's it going?
You done? You moving in?
Well, In terms of being back in, I think I sent Richard a quick email today to let him know that we're physically back in the property. Time-wise, as of today, we now have running water, a functional toilet, a functional sink, and a cooktop, which is great. So the house is livable. It has electricity, it has water, it has all the amenities we need. The final finish is not 100% there, but in our estimation, it is livable, and we are now moving our belongings and ourselves back into the property.
So you have moved out of the travel trailer
Yeah, we
into the
still.
home.
Yeah, we now.
You are living in the home.
Okay.
Yeah, when the construction,
Possessions still in the
Thank
travel
you.
trailer.
You can keep,
You can have
store your possessions in there.
Forever.
I need to be sleeping in the house.
We're sleeping in the house.
That's all. Thank
At
you.
least one night
Do you want me to
every
send a
30
picture?
days.
No, no.
Yeah, we can all.
I'm gonna give him a heart attack.
Well, good. All set.
Anybody else have any questions?
Anybody
for
got any
33
concerns?
Turner? How was the actual renovation process? Was it good in your mind, not good in your mind? Would you do it again?
Oh, it's been tough. No
Do
doubt
it
about
again
it.
in a hurry.
You're not getting divorced or anything?
No.
Okay, good.
I mean, we're really pleased with how it's turned out.
I mean, I've heard of some,
we really-
I've heard some really bad stories of some certain,
Yeah, we
Not in
love
town, but-
the property.
Good.
Every time we are in the property doing any, like, because Christian and I are finishing a few of the internal stuff, we absolutely adore being in there, and we know it's the right place for us, and we're very glad we did it despite every hurdle.
I think
so-
it's taken a lot longer than we'd hoped.
A lot.
We kind of scraped in, quite honestly.
Very much
but,
so.
We'd hoped to have been in 60 days ago, probably.
Yeah. And I think a lot of this, unfortunately, comes down to the mercy of subcontractors, because if they say they're not available, they're not going to turn
It's
up on
like,
site.
we
so-
just need a plumber.
Yeah, we would like a toilet, please, just one toilet. So that's taken longer than we had hoped, in all honesty, but we are there.
all right, well, very good.
Thank you.
Well, thank you very much. We don't,
Thanks for your patience.
Yeah, we need
with
to.
this.
we need,
So
well,
the board will need to close the hearing.
Yeah.
So I did have a follow-up question
Sure.
to this, which is, when we were last here, we talked about this kind of minimum standard for
Yeah.
occupancy. Is this something that our general contractor should be looking to, like,
He needs to go get a final inspection from the
Yes.
building
Yeah.
official, and that's all you need.
okay, fine.
Just get a certificate.
So you
of
don't need anything in the
You
interim
owned the
until
house
they-
before, you
Fine.
occupied it, you just need to get a final inspection.
Perfect, okay.
Okay?
Superb, that's
No
great.
problem.
yep.
All right, let's close this.
And don't be alarmed, the
Wanna
board's
make a
going to
motion?
deliberate, and most likely they're going to render a decision to affirm the building commissioners.
Sure.
Right. And as far as making a motion on this, just closing the matter, do I have to say anything beyond just?
Just
Close the public hearing, then we'll
Just
talk
close the
about the
public
decision.
hearing.
Yeah.
All right, so I'll make the motion that we close the public hearing for 33 Turner Street.
All in, somebody second it? I can second it.
You second? Okay.
All in favor, say aye.
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 All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for
you,
coming.
Thank you.
I'm so glad to hear that you're in, though.
Yeah.
I know you are, too, so.
I hope your children write stories about this at school, because that's what I did to my parents when we did this, and I wish you luck with that.
Bonding experience.
Yeah, real close.
Thank you.
What else?
Do we have some appointments or anything?
No appointments?
Do we want to deliberate on
Deliberation.
23 Priscilla Ave? Special
We
perk?
deliberated on 23, 2, and 33.
And 33.
Okay.
Clear the deck, right, Mike?
Let's clear it, let's clear it.
All right, the deck.
Get it, yeah.
23 Priscilla Ave was
The deck.
the deck.
The deck.
Anybody have any questions, or are we all in favor of
I've already
granting?
gotten this confused. Was the deck the plan the one that we needed the note on the plan that it didn't include the garage,
Yes,
or was
that
that
it
the
did not
second one?
include,
So
does
that's
not
added.
include the
Thank
garage,
you.
just
Thank
the
you.
deck.
I was here. I was
It
here.
was just the deck, it wasn't the livable space.
Yes, I was here in spirit, apparently.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the fact that we,
So I do kind of pepper it with just deck in there, so I don't know if you're comfortable enough that's just deck.
Yeah, just the wording deck,
I
has
think
nothing to do with
wording
the
deck,
garage.
don't say that we approve a plan or anything else,
Right.
just the deck.
Well, I mean, the plan is always referenced in the first finding.
Right.
So that's-
Which does have.
Yeah, I mean, it's the boilerplate belt and suspenders. It's the first thing you do.
Okay.
No, I know.
I think you did
I was like,
I mean, in
we
your
talk
fin-
about it, but,
In the findings, it just references the deck.
yeah,
Yep, it's just
know how
deck.
to
It'll
write it.
just- I think you're fine.
You're all set.
fine.
All right.
And it's all said,
Aye.
deck.
What's,
I think we're good. All in favor? We can sign this one.
Sounds good. Let's do it.
What, do we need to make a motion or anything? to
Yeah.
approve it?
Yeah, to approve the decision.
All right, somebody needs to
I
make
make
a
a
motion.
motion that we approve the special permit for 23 Priscilla Ave as written in the notice of decision.
I'll second that motion.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Oh, did we do the yes to grant and everything?
You said all ayes. You're all here.
Yeah.
Yes to grant, yes to grant. All right.
Those whose name are on here will have to be signed.
Yeah.
I'll wait for the blue pen to come along.
Wait
I
for
have a
the
blue
blue pen.
pen.
And then,
I'll wait till she gives me the official copy.
Oh, yeah.
She comes at me.
Two-seater road.
All right, any questions on? I think there's
Any
some que-
questions or any deliberations needed on 22-seater road? 22-seater road is a little...
Two-seater road.
Two-seater road is an interesting lot.
It is.
Per se, of everything. The nice thing is that there's no way that anybody can be built behind them at all. And so the rear setback, whether it be the setback or not, it's not encroaching on anybody's property to an adverse effect. And that's really what we're looking for, is are we making it more adverse to the neighborhood? The neighborhood down there is so packed and willy-nilly. I mean, the house that's there right now is, what, I don't even know, the side yard can't be 6 feet.
Yeah.
If those people
the other house is
had,
like
if
50.
the
Yeah,
people
right.
who are on the short side were feeling
Right
a
on the edge of
little
the property line.
closer, that would make a bit of a difference in my thought on impacts, but they're not extending the close side anyway, and I mean, you know.
It's going further away. They're making the house...
So the town owns all three of those lots, you tell me?
We own one of them.
No, the town owns
Somebody
one.
owns the other.
Somebody owns the one in between the
middle.
town and them. There's a little lot, a 40-foot by 100-foot lot
In the middle.
in the middle.
And the owner,
So, if that lot was sold to the other, becomes 80 by 100, right?
Yes.
So you want to have verbiage in here that it has to be, I don't think you can put verbiage in.
Because they published this, you have to look at the application.
So realize that, right?
Right. I know what you're saying.
He can build this, he can go sell that lot to the guy next door, and now it becomes 8,000 square feet, and he can build a house.
Paragraph 2, good point. Paragraph 2, property is located at Cedar Road, map 12, it's very specific, lot 57. So it's that one lot. So to your point, you're probably correct. So that other lot could be sold, and
and if they do,
And then they
merged
the
it,
two,
if
they
they
can
were
build.
able to do some cool lot assembly and actually combine enough to get to a buildable lot, they are still building the new structure next to the short setback, and whoever is moving into it already knows what they're getting into. I am not
does-
I
perturbed.
see your point, yep.
I am not perturbed. This is gonna be
Just-
okay.
and the additional layering in there is that it's in the zone 2, so it's really gonna limit what we can do down in that neighborhood. If you recall, it's in the zone 2.
Yeah, I mean, the setback, the front setback off the street, in reality, they'd have to come before us
Zone
for
2
that,
for
because
wellhead.
there's no way. It's a 40 by 100, so you have,
Not,
Oh, it'd be 80 by.
It'd be 80,
Rentham zone 2,
correct.
so DEP wise, it's in.
Yeah, it
zone
was,
2.
Oh, yeah.
it's in a wellhead zone too, so it's in a waterproof, they can't
It
do any,
is?
you're not getting a new structure in there.
Yeah, that's
So
That's why
we may as
30
well let
Birch
them
ran
make
into the
this
whole,
one
like, they
useful
tried
to
to-
them.
yeah.
But they had do 3 bedrooms, they didn't have enough area to be able to do
Okay.
3 bedrooms there.
You can't
I
poop
mean,
in the water.
I'm favorable toward it. I don't see a
I think we might want to tap the shoulder of the planning board again and say, because they punted, because I sent them, an update with some parameters, and they decided to punt it for this town meeting, but to say, y'all, the horse is going to leave the barn, and we need some, criteria, because denying special permits with this is dicey, and until we have some actual limits on it, our hands are a little tied.
Because I'm putting my old variance hat on, and
Right.
suddenly we're saying, okay, even though, yes, this house is 6 feet away on one of this,
Yeah.
that's the nonconformity that
Yeah,
exists,
right.
right?
Yeah.
But yet we're saying, okay, it's okay though, we'll take that 23 feet and make it 13 in the back.
Right.
That's my problem.
The deck also is fine.
And
Yeah.
you're
Put a
taking
patio in.
23 from a deck to a full structure and then throwing the new deck on. I mean,
It's not like, this isn't like an 8,000 square foot palace. This is an older non-conforming structure that isn't working for
I get it, but if you keep allowing it, it
No,
will be an
that's
8,000 square
Courtney's
foot
point,
palace.
is that this,
It's going to be a palace
The
if you keep
zoning-
letting it go, the
the zoning
lots
bylaw
have
has to,
setbacks.
it needs some work.
If we don't have a more resilient bylaw, yes, eventually you can jalopy maybe, you're gonna have a lot coverage issue at a certain point, but you can maybe do it, but at the same time,
is
there's no development potential around them. It's a wellhead district.
Is this part of his application?
Like, part of our goal here is not necessarily to, like, be as difficult
So
as
then we're going
possible,
from
but is to
23
facilitate some reasonable
going
stuff for
And there was
people.
factually, there was no opposition to it from a neighbor,
For the most part,
whether
so
written
it is
or oral.
realistic.
I see everyone's point, and I think,
Oh, okay, so the 23
I agree with you,
exists
Courtney,
today.
down,
Yeah, okay.
this needs some
On-
clarification down the road.
Yeah, we need to
From the bylaw, right now, that's what the bylaw says, so that's your criteria.
Yeah, when we were getting it, we had
Makes me
sent it
nervous.
forward with the idea
the
that
rear
there were
makes
some
me
limits
nervous
on
because
it,
of
and
this
what
lot.
was
Right, but this
ultimately
lot
approved is
can't be built on.
limitless, and so it can go down to the end, and we don't have a lot to stand on to deny,
It still can't be built on.
because we're in
But-
special permit land, and it's a little dicier
You're
there.
approving decks that are getting closer.
Because it becomes pretty subjective when you're like, well, we don't really think it's keeping in the neighborhood. It's not the most solid ground. So we do
Variance
want
discussion is totally
a more
different than a special
solid
permit.
Of course.
regulation, but
But we
this
opened-
isn't
like she said, the cat's out
the
of
thing
the
to
barn.
burn the house
Cat
down
is out of
over.
the barn.
Yeah.
And if they sued us, it's not worth defending that kind of decision.
I
We
still
should just
don't
be
have
cool.
an issue with this one. I don't like the idea that they're encroaching. I would like to give permission to the structure, but not to the deck. But can we do that?
But look at,
That's not what they
but what's
asked.
your standard? Like, you can do that, but what's
Because
your...
then you're only given 2 feet.
I don't
as
see
opposed
the
to-
point of
That's not-
putting in
But that's
these.
not the point of the special permit.
Yeah.
I get it.
And it's an arbitrary limit.
I understand your logic, but you got to go back to what the
Right.
statute, what the statute says and what the bylaw says. You got to follow the...
My take on decks is that you can always do a fieldstone patio without a permit, and so we're not preventing any sort of impact when we're just like, oh, the deck is the bridge too far. And so I just want us, that's the sort of thing where it's just like,
You couldn't even stand in your lawn last I checked without a permit. You could stand there and howl at the moon all night.
There are
You don't need a deck or a fieldstone patio.
and so that's true.
That's my point.
This is very
Not even a
true.
permit.
And so while theoretically a deck would then attract somebody to sit there, a patio is functionally not any different than
Yeah, but
something
these
that would
people who
attract
put
somebody to
decks in
sit
there had to
there.
be
They can put a
removed
couch out
because
there if they want. That's
before you
totally
even had
cool.
a
They can throw a
special
Call
birthday
lawn
party.
chairs for a reason.
have a
They sit
cake.
in the lawn.
Exactly.
They're coming
So
before we get.
that's always always my thing about decks, where I'm
I just worry
just
about the
like,
present.
can you stand in the lawn and do the same
Notice
thing?
that
Yeah. Are we making a
abutters to
difference then?
abutters in 300
No.
feet of this property.
And at that rate, I'm like, let's let it just be America.
Right?
Right.
But that's
and
my
you
my slightly
one
libertarian view
neighbor
on zoning and land use.
come in here and tell you that
If you're not
it's
hurting
gonna-
anybody.
It's not acceptable.
Yeah, it's
To our neighborhood.
it's definitely not detrimental to the neighborhood.
No, they're
And that's,
fine.
and special permit wise, that's really the criteria.
They are arguably improving the neighborhood by doing renovations and
Correct.
bringing up the value. They're not running an auto shop out of their yard. It's fine. It's cool.
Do I hear a motion to
It's cool. It's fine.
grant as written?
You just made that motion.
Well, I don't think you can make the
I
motion.
can't make the motion.
Okay.
I'll let somebody else make the motion.
I'll make a motion regarding 2 Cedar Road, Norfolk, that we grant the special permit according to the decision as granted, as drafted, I mean.
Yeah, the one, and Elaine's making the change, it's 13, not 23 feet in the open
Okey-doke.
paragraph, just so.
Good.
Okay.
I'll second it. I'll second it.
Seconded. All in favor, say aye.
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 Go listen to that chorus.
All right. 33 Turner Street.
Same to find in favor of the building commissioner and recommend no fine?
Yes.
Sound cool to everybody?
Yep. You want to make a motion? Can she make a motion?
Did she make a motion?
I don't think so.
I have to recuse myself.
Well, I mean,
So
if you want to, I had the five of you and Tim abstain, so it was 4.
Oh, sorry, Tim, you didn't run fast enough.
Well, no, he's abstained. He's abstained. So it was only you 4.
Yeah.
But I mean, I could edit it and swap somebody out.
No, that's
I
fine.
know.
We're just, that's fine.
Someone just say ditto and let's do it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll ditto what she said.
Very good.
Hey, Dave has on a schedule
We
tonight.
somebody seconded?
We need a second. I made the motion.
He made the motion.
I'll second it.
All in favor, say aye.
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 All right, super.
Thank you.
33 done.
All right, recap, May 14th town meeting, what do we get? Did we get anything from May 14th? Did they,
ADU passed. We'll see what happens when it goes to the AG though, so.
Have you been reading the AG comments? Because they are entertaining.
Here in
They've been very in the vein of you did not follow instructions, but they're kind of entertaining to read if anybody is bored and needs some
I
sleeping
will be
material.
curious to see what happens because we did send this to the AG prior to get feedback on.
I thought it was handled, I thought we
it's
presented it very
fine.
well on
Yeah.
our account.
So, we'll see.
okay,
So right now, we're still subject to the statute, so there's no bylaw, because it's still.
Well, no,
No, it passed, but the AG hasn't adopted.
Hasn't
it.
approved.
Still in that
Yeah.
fine, we're in
And
that.
so
we're in that-
We're in that
AG
weird
approves
90-day.
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
subject to our bylaw, yeah. But nobody's come in yet, just
Right.
FYI. But,
Just so I know where we are.
yeah, so that was good. We passed so now when you do the special permit, it'll reference no site plan needed, that should need one, and then no more 1992 master plan, so it's,
Master plan. Sorry.
we're just saying current, so we
It's a
don't have to
song.
change the date anymore. And we changed the permit, as you talked about, to up to 3 years, so it matches state statute.
did we also change our time of meetings?
That you did in the regs already.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, you took care of that.
That didn't have to be done at them, all
That,
right.
Yep, that's our own thing.
That's not a town meeting thing, but anyway, so RFPs are due tomorrow, so then you,
The
Yeah, I'm
engineers.
good for another 5.
you two.
You two up for another year?
Yep.
Oh, no, I wasn't talking about that. So evaluating the RFPs, peer review
For the art
services,
Oh, yeah,
Yes.
when's that?
they're due tomorrow, so I'll get in touch with you. But I know it was Mike and.
Yes.
And you volunteered.
Mike.
So,
For finding the engineers.
Yeah.
correct, for finding.
We haven't seen.
Well, you
them.
just tell me who submits. I don't care about their.
Did the
I don't wanna
Southwood
see the
zoning-
proposal.
Pass at the town meeting
Oh,
too?
that was in the fall.
Oh, that was in the fall?
I thought it was in the spring.
No.
You look at your warrant.
Oh, my gosh. I had so much going on that week. I didn't even get to the town meeting, and I usually go.
Yeah, I was there.
So I will say, huh?
Did the town buy the land down, that 61
On Pine
chapter
Street?
land?
Yes, yes,
They did.
They
I see
did
it
that.
being flagged, so.
they did. Yes, they are. They're in the
Is that
process.
off 115? Is that
Yep.
the-
115.
And there was
Yeah.
also with the big development that's over by Pondville. We had the last.
Oh, so the MBTA zoning did pass at town meeting.
But we're trying to present the possibility of the developer considering rather than
Right.
do it
they
under the
make us-
MBTA requirements,
Versus the 40B, and they might, so we'll
which
see.
might reduce the density of their proposal. We'll see.
We'll see.
What's their wastewater access again?
So the
They're
town's
packaged
gonna,
trees,
the
right?
town's gonna cut all the trees on that new piece of property and put in another solar field?
Where?
I'm just kidding.
Kidding.
No, no.
Mike, no.
But the one thing we
I know the gentleman that sold that, and it was a home run, but that should have been an industrial park. That was meant to go right through there, into a
With
police
all of
station.
our
tried to do that.
wastewater and gas, are you shitting me? Give me a break. That's to take 40 years to build that out. This is a decent use. We have no power generation of our own. We've decommissioned all of our plants. There is a drought up north, so there is no excess hydro to buy. What are you thinking? We're gonna brown out.
Solar is the worst thing for the grid.
I mean,
Because it's like so if you think of water running, think of water running, a solar field is a stagnant pond, has absolutely no running. So you have to forcibly somehow make it run. So you use more energy to get that energy into the grid than you actually are producing
It
half
is-
of,
I'm
more
not
often
saying,
than not.
I'm not saying that we don't have transmission issues, and I'm not saying that it might be because there's no money in transmission. I'm not saying that at all. That would be an allegation. But I am saying that we do not have any options right now. Cape Wind I'm like, Cape Wind didn't exactly become a success, now did it? So,
All right.
the Lord doesn't give us both hands.
The another matter, which is important to this board, I know you were there, you were telling me, right?
I was there.
So there was a motion from the floor to not accept Avery Way as a public way.
Right.
And,
Wow,
and so.
from the floor.
Floor.
We will not plow your road.
And, you know, it was permitted, so we got into the whole thing, it was permitted with the intent to be a public way, so when I presented that, the moderator says we can't get into intent, but I'm like, well,
Does it meet specs?
Yeah, was
it does, it's a permit. So that, it did pass, but it will be coming up in Lakeland Hills, which is the same thing, and Wade's Crossing, so I just want
Is
to.
it a monetary issue? Is that the concern? It's not a safe, that's what it is. We don't want to maintain the roads. That was
No, I don't
The
want
concern is that we have to, you know.
Maintain it.
Yeah, it was a
Maintain it. We have to
cost
pave it,
maintenance
we have to
issue.
do all that.
But I will argue, in some respects, right, some of those homes in there are significantly higher than many homes in town, valuation-wise, so it's kind of a slippery slope
I
to
just want to
talk
understand what
about.
the argument was, so.
Yeah, and that was the argument, but I mean,
What about River's Edge? I was asked that this afternoon.
so, no,
Why?
because that project was permitted as a condominium arrangement, there's no,
The town does not plow that.
and it was designed,
What's this one by the railroad then?
which one?
Isn't that the one we're talking
That's not
about?
River's
No,
Edge.
no, no.
Oh, it's the other one on this side.
Talking about the one where.
It's off of Village Green.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah,
I know.
yeah, Avery.
One by the-
Those are,
I diffused it this afternoon, but it's like,
okay, good. So in that case, in River's Edge, I'm sorry, in Avery, they're all fee simple, they own their own lot, and the road stands on its own separate parcel. You're all merged into one.
That much.
But we'll remember this, if there's
But then
ever a
there's
connecting
roads in
road,
this town.
it will connect.
There's
And you'll
roads
have
in
to have
this town,
footpaths.
right, Sherwood Drive. How long has that been an unaccepted road and the town plows it every, and
Oh, no, there's definitely roads that are not accepted that are,
the town is maintaining and has for 30 and
Yeah,
40
no, I
years. So
told-
I would think that,
so I just wanted to give you a heads up, because I mean, it would,
Well, AB doesn't, like, you know,
So this is where they
people aren't really
build all
going
these
through AB,
buildings.
You know, it's.
Well, I think it depends.
Wow, and we're going to draw the line right there.
well, it depends if it's a condominium
No, I agree
association,
with
they're
that, but this
responsible.
one
If it's-
wasn't. But I'm saying, in a
Yeah,
bigger,
I-
in a bigger economic financial picture, you can build buildings and do things, which is wonderful, but we're going to draw the line and not,
It's like the garbage pickup. Why that's the line, I do not know, but it is the line. It is the line.
so, and so what Sue Jacobson did say at town meeting, which is a relevant point, is that when this was designed permanent and put it out there in terms of these affordable homes, the HOAs are based on a certain maintenance scheme in terms of the cost and not a,
Oh, yeah, she's gonna have a problem with that.
she did, she's talked about it, so anyway, so it passed, I just want to give you a heads up though, that it very well may come up again, so,
For the next ones.
the next one, yeah.
Right.
did anybody
That
give an
one's-
estimate of what the savings would be if it didn't become a public road?
we pay $126,000 for snow removal.
This year?
Yeah, that, at River's Edge. Yeah, that was
At
not,
River's
Oh.
Edge.
I would
that's a
say,
big-
God, you could buy a truck and have one of you yahoos do it, like, for that,
Have you
like.
seen the residents?
I have
No
seen
comment.
some residents in need of a good time, my dude. Does that not sound fun? Bumper cars, good times. Just saying.
Anyway, I just
You got
wanna give
problems, I got
that.
solutions.
So,
that,
Private road.
it's gonna come back. We'll see it.
It will, but I suspect we have
Anybody want to make a
accepted
motion
plenty
to
of-
accept the minutes of April 16th?
I'll make a motion that we accept the minutes for April 16th, 2025.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Thank you.
Yeah, I looked through.
Do we have any correspondence? None?
No, I don't think we do.
Memberships do expire June 30th for me and for my two associates, Michael and Courtney.
Okay,
You guys want to serve another year?
let's do another year.
All right.
Let's
I will do
do
another
it.
5.
Did my conflict of interest, I am good for another fiscal
Oh,
year.
yeah, I just got an email for that, too. She'll shut me off, too.
You didn't do it?
Any other
Oh, there's a new one, right? You gotta do it every year.
No.
We do it every year, whether
Do I hear a
you need it
motion?
or not.
Do you want to sign anything tonight? We want.
Yes.
Yeah,
We don't have to do that. We can close the meeting and sign afterwards.
Yeah. Nobody
Why don't
will.
we make a motion to close?
The guy go.
Okay, I'll make a motion, we close the hearing for May 21st.
Dave, you're still gonna do
I'll
your,
second that
another
motion.
5 years, right? You're re-upping? Okay.
All in favor?
All in
We didn't
favor, say
complete
aye.
that.
Aye.
Thank you.